So let's add what Henrik thought about the game yesterday and a little bit of speculation from Mr. Nico this morning. Hello and welcome to this video. You could like, share and subscribe to the channel. Much appreciate it. Liking helps the algorithm, sharing gets in front of people's faces, and subscribing like me know you like the channel. Hit on the notification bell to let you know when videos go live. So Henrik yesterday was speaking to the press after the game after a very good 0-0 draw for us, puts us on -5. And the way we played wasn't actually that bad. I think it was a really good performance. I think it's the first time we've seen ourselves being able to put about 2 45 minutes together and just not have the players up front to really, if I'm brutally honest, just get something attacking wise. And he will go on what he said to EK as well, because he had a really good embrace with it when he came off. But Henrik went on to say, I'm really, really proud of the performance. The theme in the week was to have been a lot of what we wanted to be an identity and who we don't want to be, and how we can keep ourselves on a higher level for 90 to 95 minutes, because there's a tendency that we've been competitive with all teams in phases of the game, but now it's about getting stable from the first moment. And I think for the first time this season we were online and had that level for the full game, and I agree. I think we were a lot better in that sense. The first 10-15 minutes was tough, but the boys kept on going, kept their discipline, kept going with no evaluation, only next action. We could not only come out because of their prep, but we changed a few things in our build-up and started to have the ball a little bit more. I think we played well in the strong half. I think that was our strongest first half we've had in a long time. Like, generally, I think it was the first time we've had that that kind of situation where we looked good in the first half. Now, on terms of the kit, apparently we struggled to watch it on TV. People who there said it wasn't that bad. They said they spoke about it in the break, said it was difficult for the player to look for teammates who each player was, and it was a problem day. We did not speak about it after the game, but we did in the break. And it's one of those things, I think you see, like, it was a borderline kind of issue, but the thing is with that, it's one of those ones we haven't worn that kit at all this season. So for them to first play in it, it's one of those things where you got to be like, if that's the first time they played in the kit and they're struggling, it says a lot. And I'd be interested to see if we use that one again. I think it would be better if you went against a team who wasn't in a similar coloured kit. So if it was say a whole orange and black kit, and that would stand out a lot better. But I think it's one of them. But here's the thing that we got. Ugbo, who still hasn't scored a league goal since April that he came here on loan. And he gave a really good assessment of him, Henrik. He said, Ugbo is in a better place than he's been for a long time. We're working really, really hard. But the other guys also worked hard, and it's making me very proud. He's one part of a very hard-working team today. But you see Sante, how he's working, Jamal, Barry, Jan, Sentry. You see coverage, our back five start to play now. And as he came off, he kind of cupped his head, kind of say, it was kind of like a little thing to go, look, you can do this. And it was a really nice moment with a player who's obviously struggling a little bit to get his confidence. And if we could get a couple of goals from him on Wednesday night, it'd be fantastic. You need courage. You need to invest a lot of pressure against West Brom. A lot of players in the first phases. A build-up, you cannot press 1 or 2 or 3 players. You need to press with 5 or 6 to keep the compress when you go from medium to high press. Dominate Jan and Liam. Set the best defender again. They played well. Harry and Sean, the two younger guys, did really, really well on both sides. And he was really interesting how he just kind of had put a arm around Ugbo and just was like, you okay? Make sure you're good. And you could tell it was a big kind of, we need to make sure that we are he's in a good place. And he does seem like a player who needs to have an arm around the shoulder to make sure he's okay and get a bit of confidence. And I know some of that got to come from yourself. I get that. Some of that got to come from yourself, and you've got to do that within. But sometimes having the manager to do that and will help. And the West Brom manager said he was really frustrated by the game. He said they were disappointed, thinking the every goal was going to be important. He said first half that we pushed and had some opportunities, especially in the first 20, but they didn't really fall their way. And he said that he think the longer the game went on, the longer it was going to be 0-0. And you could tell that the West Brom fans were getting restless. They were getting really annoyed by everything that's going on. And you've got so many people who are at this moment in time, there's a lot of fans in a situation where they are wanting to have a change at top or have a change at ball level kind of thing. You are seeing that kind of situation where more fans are either trying to do a boycott or not displeased with how their team's going. Like, we just played West Brom. A lot of the West Brom fans want Ryan Mason gone. We're playing Norwich on Wednesday. A lot of Norwich City fans want Manning gone. They don't want Manning there. They don't want they want answer from their board. We're playing Southampton on Saturday, and we're still not in a good position. Another one who they are potentially looking at, he could be gone. We could have a period where there's these 3 games that we have, people could lose their manager because of not being able to break it down. And I was watching a Talk Norwich City podcast, and Jack Reeves, I've never seen him that angry, but he was very much in the kind of thing. He reckons they're going to lose on Wednesday night, and I hope that's the case for us. But it's going to be interesting to see how it goes. But your slight little speculation for today, it's from Alan Nixon, so it's usual kind of thing. But Texter has his sights on Wednesday. He still wants to try and get Wednesday and try and do something. But if he doesn't get Sheffield Wednesday, he potentially wants to put some money and put some feelers out for Derby County and put some cash into there. Maybe become a shareholder like he was at Crystal Palace. So with Texter, it's any club will do in a sense, and he just wants an English club. He not care really who he gets as long as he got one. And it would be interesting to see if Derby would do that and give some share to him to put into the Eagle Holdings like he did with Palace. It would be interesting to see if that was something they would want to do with all their ownership issues they've had in the past when it was Mel Morris and co. So it's interesting with that one. But Sheffield Wednesday did well yesterday to get a draw, and I'm very, very pleased to say that we got that draw. We did well, and we just got to keep pushing on and just take each game as it comes and see if we can get some point between now and the last game before the international break, September, Southampton. And if we can do that, then fantastic. But thank you for watching, everyone. I hope you have a lovely Sunday. Enjoy it. Don't do too much. It's getting a bit colder, so wrap up warm. Also, it being bonfire night and stuff coming up this week, be careful. I will have to be very careful. But yeah, speak to you guys soon. Thank you for watching. I'll see you soon.